In Formula 1, Fernando Alonso is a name that indicates skill and determination. He is a racer who has devoted 20 years of his life to F1. However, his career has been marked by highs and lows. Even with his 2 world championships and indisputable talent, Alonso's F1 career has been marred by a string of unlucky incidents and choices that have been seen as his demise. Let's look at the history of Fernando Alonso and the events that led to his downfall. With Minardi, Alonso made his F1 debut in 2001 and immediately established himself as a talented driver. His ascent to fame began in 2003 when he moved to Renault. Alonso became the youngest world champion ever in 2005 after winning his first championship. In 2006, he won another championship, further establishing his place among the top drivers in the industry. Alonso made a well-publicized transfer to McLaren in 2007. But he had a lot of conflict throughout his time on the racing team, especially with youngster Lewis Hamilton. Alonso left the team after just 1 season due to internal disputes and a lack of unity. With this relocation, a string of team changes that would impede his professional advancement began. Alonso's relationship with McLaren as well as his reputation in the F1 community were negatively impacted by his heated rivalry with Hamilton. The controversial Stepney-Gate scandal, in which McLaren was proven to have stolen proprietary Ferrari information, severely damaged Alonso's season and damaged his reputation for years to come. In 2008, Alonso rejoined Renault, although the team had lost its former dominance. A couple of highlights from his second stint with Renault were a victory in Singapore that was later tarnished by the Crashgate controversy. In order to help Alonso's race strategy, Renault had given Nelson Piquet Jr. the order to intentionally crash in order to bring out a safety car. Renault's and Alonso's reputations were severely tarnished by the controversy. 2010 saw him get a fresh start as he joined Ferrari. Even though he nearly won the championship in 2010 and 2012, Fernando Alonso's tenure at Ferrari was ultimately characterized by frustration and near misses. Ferrari's tactical blunder during the Abu Dhabi race in 2010 cost him the championship. Alonso demonstrated his exceptional driving ability in 2012 by leading the championship chase until the final race in Brazil, even though his car was arguably weaker. Still, he failed miserably once more. Internal team dynamics made his quest for a third title much more difficult, and the car's performance frequently fell short. Before we continue on with Fernando's seemingly declining history, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and now let's get back to the video. His 2010 transfer to Ferrari, based on a contract, was viewed as a new beginning. Even though Alonso went within a whisker of winning the title in 2010 and 2012, his tenure at Ferrari was ultimately characterized by frustration and near misses. In 2010, Ferrari lost the championship due to a calculated mistake during the race's conclusion in Abu Dhabi. Even with a car that was probably inferior in 2012, Alonso demonstrated his exceptional driving ability by leading the race until the championship race in Brazil. But once again, he was not up to par. The car's performance was frequently lacking, and his pursuit of a third championship was made more difficult by conflicts inside the team. Alonso returned to McLaren in 2015, this time with Honda as his partner. Many people consider this time to be the low point of his career. A string of unreliable cars and poor performance dogged the McLaren-Honda relationship, resulting in multiple disappointing seasons and uncompetitive outcomes. Alonso damaged his reputation and severely strained relations with the team and engine supplier by criticizing them in public. During the 2015 Japanese Grand Prix, he sent out the iconic radio message, "GP2 engine," which perfectly captured his feelings of frustration and disillusionment at the time.
GP2 engine. GP2.
Now, you may think there is any good part in Fernando Alonso's racing career. Well, we can finally get to that good part. During his racing tenure from 2018 to 2019, Alonso dominated every race imaginable outside of F1, as he decided to take a step back and explore other options. By joining hands with Toyota, Alonso won 2 Le Mans back-to-back during that period, and if that wasn't enough, he went on to win the 24 Hours of Daytona F1, the F1 World Drivers' Championship, and the World Endurance Championship. In 2019, Alonso took a break from Formula One to investigate racing in other categories, such as the Indianapolis 500 and the World Endurance Championship. He excelled in various spheres, winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans, showcasing his versatility and talent. Even though he made a comeback to the Formula One world in 2021 with Alpine, previously Renault, he was never able to repeat his previous level of success. Despite his strong performances and podium results in Qatar, the Alpine vehicle was not competitive enough to frequently fight for victories. After making a great start to the season with his move to Aston Martin in 2023, there was early hope of a comeback. But Alonso's dreams were dashed once more by the team's collapse in the second part of the season. Alonso frequently found himself fighting in the midfield as Aston Martin failed to sustain their early season record despite his initial confidence. His efforts were hindered by the car's unreliability and inconsistency, which resulted in another season of low expectations. Throughout his career, Alonso frequently selected teams that were unfortunate with their timetable, leaving him without the equipment to match his skill. Transfers to rebuilding teams such as McLaren Honda and later Aston Martin hampered his development. His outspoken demeanor and scandals often obscured his great talent. Even though they were frequently warranted, public critiques of teammates and teams shaped his reputation as a challenging driver, which affected the dynamics and decision-making of the teams he raced for. Although Fernando Alonso's career is an ode to his extraordinary talent and determination, it is also a narrative of lost chances and poor choices. The later portion of his career serves as a reminder of how quickly fortunes may change in the world of Formula One, elements beyond their control, even though his early success and flashes of brilliance will always be remembered. Alonso leaves behind a reputation as a driver who, in the face of many obstacles, never gave up on pushing the envelope and going above and beyond. His narrative reflects the essence of Formula One, a competition where skill alone is insufficient. The factors that determine a driver's success are car performance, team dynamics, and at times pure luck. Alonso's career serves as a reminder that, for reasons outside of their control, even the most gifted drivers may not reach their full potential. Alonso's career path has influenced motorsport as a whole by emphasizing the value of strategic choices and relationships between drivers and teams. His presence highlighted how important it is for teams to foster a positive and cooperative atmosphere, because internal conflicts can negatively affect performance. Furthermore, Alonso's forays outside of Formula One, such as his triumph in endurance racing and the Indianapolis 500, demonstrated the adaptability and versatility of Formula One drivers. His ability to compete at a high level in multiple sports has motivated drivers outside of Formula One to pursue chances. Beyond his on-track accomplishments, Fernando Alonso has left a lasting legacy as a result of his unwavering pursuit of perfection and defiance of mediocrity. Young racers are inspired by his work ethic, determination, and capacity to execute at the highest level under any conditions. Furthermore, his candidacy has promoted an accountable and transparent culture in the sport, inspiring other drivers to share their thoughts and educating the audience, as well as keeping them up to date. Fernando Alonso will go down in Formula One history as one of the best players to have ever played in the sport. His 2 world championships, multiple race victories, and aptitude for getting the most out of any car are evidence of his skill. But his career also tells a moving story of what could have been. In the end, a succession of squad adjustments, internal disputes, and calculated errors kept him from winning more championships. Alonso's reputation as an intense competitor and a driver of unmatched skill endures as he pursues his career in motorsport. His experience serves as a reminder of the difficulties in Formula One and the fine line that separates achievement from unrealized potential. Alonso's name will always be connected to the intense world of Formula One and the enduring spirit of competition, even with the apparent setback. What are your thoughts on Alonso's career? Do you think he still has a chance to turn things around? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next video.